We don't have to hit.
And sometimes me helping guiding you was saying no.
Just saying no. I can't be a yes mom.
I'm not your friend, bro.
Even in being a parent, I'm like, I do want to be cognizant that I'm not doing that with her. So it is also like a work, like a thing that I'm working on.
And then he would say I'm having trouble breathing. That I'm like, oh, it's a panic attack.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
Yeah.
We're taking content for this whole fucking night. I want to sleep. I still have to go and clean.
Please don't attack me. I just exist. Don't. It's been a day.
Bro, it's been the longest day. It's actually just been a week. Like, this month.
So this is our trial month because 2024 has not quite installed as of yet.
This month is still 2023, actually. I believe
So we're wrapping it up. We're not quite finished.
I told you, the astrological year ends in March. So anything
astrological,
the Galatian, what is this thing called?
The galactical.
No, show me the thing Gregorian.
The celestial.
No, the Gregorian. Gregorian has started in January, né? Astrological starts in April. And then the Chinese start some other time. The Jewish starts in like March. So my truth is that my truth, I don't know about the other truth, but my truth is that I have at least until April for 2024 to begin. Do you get me? So anything that just feels like I don't want this. It's 2023 and that's because we're still up until April. Anything that I don't like.
Yes, you can still throw it.
The nice things, that's because it's 2024. Because I'm claiming abundance in 2024. I'm claiming cuteries in 2024.
That is the
2023 was a karmatic year. That's why it's a 7 year.
It was karma. It was inner work. It was pain.
I bought malachite at the beginning of last year, and malachite said, "LOL."
Hello.
It said lol. Guess what? Do you wanna see? You thought. Anyway.
Okay.
Again.
This one. So the last time we spoke was a heavy focus on the reason we exist as moms. The other half of the equation. We want to focus more on the children today, on the kids and the approaches within the parenting, gentle parenting. Which
LOL.
Trying to be gentle.
Just trying. Trying to try.
There is a lot of discourse around parenting. And part of the I guess the child-free conversations have been I'm within this stance because I see that there's a lot of parents that don't let their kids be individuals and don't they want to have a mini-me and not let the child grow into their own personhood and have their own ideas and beliefs and, formulations of life. And I think that as a parent, it's something that we work hard to do. Yes, our kids are they're not at the age where they can exist on their own in the world. People, when we talk about gentle parenting, it's such a broad thing. And so part of it is also, how do you nurture in a way that is for your child? Overarchingly, we are sitting here with the recognition that actually we don't want to be hitting our kids. I think the traumas of life have informed us that we don't want to do that just for well-being sake.
Speak for yourself. I wasn't hit, bro.
No, but I don't mean us personally.
Oh, I was supposed to say
I just mean as a generational thing.
Oh, yeah. I'm supposed to say, speak for yourself. Me, I wasn't hit. I was hit 3 times, but yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, spanked. Not a hit, but I got the wooden spoon once or a couple of times.
I think my dad spanked me 2 or 3 times. The first time my mom hit me that I remember, I was her height. Which was also... No, so she spanked me once when I was small, and then after that, both my parents stopped hitting me, and then it was my mom. The next time that my mom hit me, I was the same height as her, and I respect that.
Yeah. when you're grown.
When I'm grown and then I'm acting up, like, of course,
lot.
like, just sometimes, just a 1-2.
Yeah. I remember my time was also, I remember I peed outside because I saw that, like, gents were doing it. So I was like, I also want to pee outside. What's this about? My daddy said, absolutely not. What the fuck are you doing?
I swear.
So then never did that again.
I remember, like, my mom saying, like, and my mom always said this to me, like, my dad's 6'4". And her chat was on, like, why are you hitting? Triggered.
Why are we hitting? We don't have to hit. Sorry, that was a trigger. We're gonna move on. We don't have to hit. We really don't.
We don't. But anyway, so her chat was like, but like, what is the point in hitting when it comes to discipline, right? So it's like, if the hitting is to scare somebody, my dad was 6'5", 6'4", and I'm this big. Like, you just shouting at me, already I'm here. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I'm already, the power dynamics.
The power dynamics is already enough for you to raise your voice at me. That's already scary
And
enough. So
scared,
after that, like, why do you have to add on the hitting? Like, you raising your voice is actually enough to be able to make the thing clear. And otherwise, if you're laying your hands on me, like, what is the other point of you trying to lay your hands on me? Actually, like, that's then...
Because everything must have intention.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think I kind of moved with that on the thing of, like, if a kid can't understand, if you can't explain with your words without hitting why you shouldn't do something. Yes, sometimes they deserve a little flick, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just, or a little swat, like when they're doing stupid and you have to like swat out, but actually like taking the time to hit a child.
Or if it's like a danger, do you know what I mean? Like,
but that's what
don't be putting your finger in the electricity,
like in the socket, but sometimes I also believe that kids should be allowed to just, you know, those things, like sometimes it's, you're gonna fall, you're gonna fall, you're gonna fall, you're gonna fall. And they keep going. So then fall.
Now what?
Now what?
Physics is at play, baby.
Why are you crying? I told you you were gonna fall. Now you're crying.
Yes.
What
must... If nature will
see,
do
that's the
thing.
difference in our parenting though, because you're also a lot nicer than I am when it comes to that.
Because I'm like, baby, gravity is real. You want to see it. Like, obviously there's levels where it's like, I'm not gonna let you like actually break your body. There's levels of like, sometimes life must just teach you. And I don't want to shelter you from like experiencing why this is a thing I'm telling you not to do. So maybe you must just, so you know, again, with levels. I'm not going to let you burn your hand off. But like, don't touch the hot cup of thingy because it's hot. But like, if you want to touch it, see what I'm talking about.
And obviously I'm going to bandage up their hand. And obviously like I'm going to give you kisses. But there's also the thing of like, kids like to try.
And they should have the space to explore as kids. They're curious. They want to experience life and all of its newness and excitingness and what is this button do? But like,
and rather also let them do it in a safe space. You know, like rather them try something where I can also fix it after, and then you know better than next time, because also I don't know how you're gonna behave next time. I don't know who you're gonna be with next time.
Might not be me.
You might not be with me, and somebody else might not be as gentle with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is always a fear as a parent. I don't know what's happening when I'm not there.
When I'm not there, I don't know how.
And also, what are the takeaways that are being, you know, what's the takeaway that you're getting when I'm not there to teach or whatever?
Or and kind of, especially with, I think, you know, like there's that thing of your kids act like kids around the place that they feel safest. So like, you know, so here at home, it's a lot of screaming.
Yeah.
And a lot of tantrums and a lot of like, whoa. But outside, like people are forever telling me, oh my God, you're the most well-behaved children.
Well-behaved. And we're like,
but don't cry. And I'm like, I mean, I believe you, because I know when I take them outside, like they do know how to act. But like, it's really disheartening sometimes. Like, really being like, dude, these people hate me. Like, is that the problem? Is the problem that you hate me? And especially when you're trying to gentle parent, you know? Like, trying not to be shouting at you all the time, trying to reason with you and talk to you, and then the response that I get is, you're evil, I hate you, bad like,
yeah. And I might have to be in your head, in your eyes, the bad guy if this is like Like, I don't mind being the bad guy if it's for the greater good of you.
I feel like that's easier said.
I know.
I feel like that's a lot. Like,
you want to be, yeah.
I don't want to be,
yeah.
I feel like there's like everybody else gets to be, and this is like a thing that I've really been struggling with. Like, everybody else gets to be fun.
No, but it's a very real chat, because when everything is said and done and something goes sideways, I'm the one that has to do the due diligence and make and clean the mess.
Clean up the mess, fix the thing.
And sometimes it's not going to be a cheap mess.
Sometimes it's not a fun mess.
It's not a fun mess. It's not a, yeah.
Why did you decide to do gentle parenting other than not hitting?
So fundamentally, I've never been a fighter from the jump.
Amen.
I think
I know that's right.
I mean, I've always grown up very like soft, and I know that like yes, it was a great time to also like just be like he like in my own bubble. I identify as like Bubbles from like Powerpuff Girls, just out of like
I see that.
So by nature, innately, I'm just soft, and so when it came to parenting, I was like, because also my mom is kind of in the same thing of like, she like as a mom looking at my mom and what I took away, the thing that worked for me was also that, and just being like, let me talk to you first, let's talk through, like, let's reach conflict resolution through having a conversation. And so my instinct has never been let me resort to corporal, or let me, you know, I will always try reason with you first. And I recognize that reasoning with a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old is very different from reasoning with an adult. But it's also part of the teaching, and like, this should be the starting point. We don't have to start here, because you may not be solving any problems here. It's the easiest thing to do, but like long term, what are the effects of that, and is that actually helpful in like being an adult?
On my tooth, and that's really painful.
That's uncomfortable. I'm sorry for that.
I respect that though.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't think my parents are soft. But I know that my parents aren't soft. But not in that they weren't nurturing. I think my parents always raised me. My parents were willing to talk to me and hear me out. Like, I grew up with an opinion.
Yeah.
And an opinion that was like also heard. Like, it was like, as like, my parents were really big on formulate a sentence, formulate the thing. I'm like, they were willing to hear me out on, I don't like this, I do like this, can we do this, and willing to like sit down and work with me through that. And I think I really wanted that for my kids. I think,
and you have achieved that from where I'm sitting.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that like for me, more the gentle parenting for me is less about being soft and more about just gentleness in terms of I'm strict, I guess, but strict with being able to have balance. So I'm not the softest mom. Like, you're very like snuggly and like, and I love that about you. No, that's not even a complaint. It's like, you're very and I want you to know that, like, that's one of the things that I love about you as a mom, is that you are very gentle and soft and loving. And not to say that I'm not soft and loving, but like, I give good snuggles, but like, I'm not the like, do you want a hug, do you want a hug, do you want a hug person. Like, I'm
So I think from my standpoint, I recognize that her love language is touch. It's not mine. But I see that for her. So I'm like, let me start there. When I see that things are going left on her end, I'm like, can I offer solace in this way? Because I know that it sometimes works. You know? Yeah,
even our parenting styles, even though we live in the same house, are very different.
Yeah. Yeah.
But our kids are cool. So.
Yeah. No, the kids are great. I think, yeah, but it is a balancing act. Also, just, yeah, it's a balancing act, and also just respecting our differences in that sense. Another form of like the gentle parenting is like allowing your kid to also reckon with their own feelings and their own you're going through this thing and you're allowed to be upset, you're allowed to have this reaction, that's valid, you know, and working through that is important. Helping your child regulate their emotions and also feel them in the same way is part of the journey of being a parent. Yeah.
So the one thing that you said on like the being in for kids having their own ideas and identity, it's so much easier said than done.
Yeah.
Gentle parenting is great in concept. It is one of the hardest things to do. Because it's also the thing of I'm trying to let you be. I recognize that you are a person, not like you're a mini human, which doesn't mean that you have less emotions or less thoughts or anything. You're just like a human in a small size, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And so yes, I want to allow you to do this and this and this and have thoughts, but at the same time, it's like, bro, some things are non-negotiable.
Yeah.
You know, and like, how do you straddle the line between where am I going to allow you to, you know, like on clothes? Yeah. Like, okay, cool. I won't fight with you on what you want to wear, but now it's raining outside and you want to wear shorts. Am I gonna have like, generally speaking, I let my kids wear what they want to wear. Generally, like, I'm not gonna have the fight with you. Ellie will wear whatever she feels like, and bro, I will tell you this isn't practical. She wore a ball gown to go, and I told her it wasn't practical. She wanted to wear the ball gown. Fine.
Yes, fine.
Right? She tripped and it was whatever, and I said, at least please put on a pair of shorts so that nobody sees your underwear. Like, that's, you know. But then there's times when, like, actually, like, it's not going to work. And when do you trying to straddle that line of I want to let you do, but also as your parent, it's my responsibility to make sure that like you're okay, right? Is the one.
I have a friend, like a mom friend, who packs, like in that situation, she'll pack extra things just out of, you know, that I know that this isn't gonna work. So when you realize that, I got you.
And so there's been those times when like Azania will be like, I want to wear shorts, bro, it's cold outside, I want to wear shorts. Go outside. Do you know what? You're right.
However,
go outside. 3 seconds. Mommy, it's cold. I know.
This is why.
That's fine. Here, do you want to change? Do you want to put on this jacket that you didn't want to wear that you were so upset with me for packing for you?
Yes, thank you, mommy.
You're welcome. So there's that one, right? Where it's really, especially within gentle parenting, like it's wanting your child to be an individual and wanting them to be able to not grow by themselves, but like develop their own thoughts and is great. But then there's still the line of my role as your parents is to help guide you. And sometimes me guiding you is saying no.
It's saying no.
Like,
I can't be a yes mom.
I can't be a yes. I'm not your friend, bro.
You have friends for that.
And I constantly have to say this to my kids, like especially now, like Azania's at the age where like he likes to say things and then I don't like you. Okay, do you know, honestly, like my job in this life is not for you to like me. It'd be great if you did, but I'm actually not your friend. Yeah.
The love will never end.
I will love you unconditionally. If you like me, if you don't like, it's fine. Sometimes I also don't like you, actually. I'm very honest with my kids on that. Like, I also don't like you sometimes, bro. But I love you, and this is why we're here. So there's that. And then the thing on the emotional regulation, I think it's the same thing of like, you're not wrong for feeling this. However, the way that you handled this thing, bro, like,
it's the manifestation
like, cool, you're hurt. Sorry. But we don't be acting like that. Yeah. And also trying to straddle that thing of like, how do I validate you, but also steer you in the direction of how to be a member of society.
Yeah. One that, like, a helpful, pleasant one.
Like something that other people want to be around.
Yeah. There was something you said that I'm also like wanting to like reach out, because it was here and then I was listening to you and then I lost it. It might come back. Okay. Hopefully it comes back.
Okay. So let's do a thing on gentle parenting and like how we handle, like how both of us handle situations. Yeah. Tantrums in public.
Oh wait, no, I remember. Okay. Before we do this. Okay. So what you were talking about, or what you were saying about validating Azania, even when, you know, like I wanna help steer but still validate you. And I think what I like is that affirmation, because I didn't start on affirmations. I think seeing the beauty of it within your parenting relationship and seeing how helpful it is for him too, and both your kids, I was like, wait, I also want to instill that, because I think that's also helpful for her too, for my daughter also. But yeah,
you didn't do that?
Not before.
Aww.
No, not before. Yeah,
that's so cute. It really does help, bro.
Yeah. And I think for a kid, it's important to have that while you're young and in the formulation of your life experience, outlook, that's a thing that you can always come back to.
And they come back to them in the day. Like, I've heard him, like, when something's going rough.
Yeah.
You know, being able to do that thing of, like, when something's going left, of hearing him being like, I am safe. I am brave. And I'm like,
that warms my heart.
You are my little handsome prince.
Absolutely. That's so important. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm grateful for that, for witnessing that, and also being able to take that on.
I'm really grateful for that. Like I said, and I say this to you often, like, I'm really grateful that, like, you're soft, bro. Like, in the huggy thing, because especially him, he loves hugs.
He does.
Azania's love language is words of affirmation and touch. My love language is words of affirmation. So that one's cool. I'm willing to tell you that I love you. We have, like, our affirmations that we do every night.
I love them.
I'm really good with that.
Yeah.
But he's also, like, a snuggly boy, and I'm like, Ali's. I wanted to say that Ali's love language is gifts. Actually,
it is.
She likes things.
Yeah.
Ali's love. She's like mama. She is. That's my baby. That's my fighter. Ali's love language is gifts and physical touch, I think. My love language is absolutely not touch. In fact, like, I don't like being touched is one thing that, like, everybody, I don't like it. I don't like hugs. I don't like, I like hugs in terms of, like, I'll ask you for a hug and I'll stand like this. Like, I don't want to, you can hug me and I will, like, sometimes I'm in the, like, I can't be touched right now.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's too, and part of emotional regulation is also being able to regulate yourself, and sometimes it's also being able to say that, like, at least on my side, I've had to be very honest with my kids because I struggle with mental health, my own mental illness stuff, of, like, I can't right now. And so it's nice having backup, at least in that sense of, like, I can't be touched right now because if you hug me right now, like, I'm going to have a meltdown. Which sucks for my kids because it's not your fault that, like, I'm like this, but then having somebody that is like that, and that also even, like, I clock myself sometimes, like, as Anya's having a thing, and it happened a lot in December, where he would be having meltdowns, and I'd be like, just come here, do you need a hug? And that was it, actually, like, and that was actually the thing, like, he just needed that. He just needed a hug, and he'll put us in, he's like, Mommy, actually, I was really tired, and I'm sorry for throwing attention. I'm like,
yeah, but I think your ability to be honest also allows them to be honest too in whatever it is that they're, you know, because even with that, like, just now what you just said about him being like, you know what, I was going through a thing, I'm sorry, like, I think it's really helpful that you are also very verbal and expressive about where you're at, so that they also learn that that's okay and is welcomed, and, you know,
my honesty comes from, like, I have to be, because it's not really fair to them if I'm not, you know, like, they can see that I'm having a panic attack or that I'm acting different, and it's like, let me just be honest with you about, like, where I'm at, but also so that then we really can have conversations about our emotions, you know, and it's actually really been helpful because I realized that Azania has started having panic attacks, and which has been, like, and I think a lot of kids actually at that age do get anxiety attacks, but because you don't know what it is,
you can't place it.
You can't place it, and so then it's like, and because anxiety manifests in different ways, so, like, we clocked it at the hospital when, like, his heart rate just kept on going up, and it was like when we were at the hospital, he didn't want to be there, he had just had surgery, and every time I walked away from him, his heart rate went up. And every time the doctor showed up to come closer to him because he was scared that they were going to put something else on his face, his heart rate went up. and then he would say, I'm having trouble breathing, then I'm like, oh, it's a panic attack.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
Yeah.
And so now also it's been my approach to him, and his behavior sometimes has changed because it's like, oh, you're having a panic attack. And because panic attacks manifest, sometimes you're angry, sometimes you're crying, sometimes you're, you know what I mean? But like being able to, that helps. Being able to talk to them differently, and what he needs and what she needs in terms of gentle parenting is also very different, because she's not a soft hun.
Yeah, but I think you're the perfect parent for them and what they need, and vice versa. I mean,
you get the child you need.
Yeah.
And the like you.
And some of the inner work that will also be brought to the forefront as a parent can only happen when you have a kid. I don't know. But like, so back on the being honest thing, I think I withdraw a lot when I'm going through it, and I
with her,
not with her necessarily, but just with me, when I'm going through something, I get very like, I withdraw from like people and I'm like, let me just be in a corner and figure this out. And I also recognize that in that can be there's a level of unfairness in anyone else that like might be tied to the thing, or not that it's even unfair, but just that withdrawal might be misunderstood as something else. So
like ghosting?
Sure.
No, I'm asking.
Sure.
Like ghosting.
I mean, that can be one manifestation of it, where it's like it will come off as not interested. Meanwhile, I'm like doing my mental process over here, but that's how it reads to the next person. And so, even in being a parent, I'm like, I do want to be cognizant that I'm not doing that with her. So it is also like a work thing, like a thing that I'm working on, is not doing that. They're
you guys really don't understand. I'm really bad at like,
no,
like, you know that I love you.
Yeah, I know. I also like cry a lot. I accepted this about myself, like only now. Only now.
I cry more because of you. I like that about you.
I want to say thanks, but right now
it's okay.
But yeah,